Insider's Guide to the best places to visit in Portugal. Portugal is undoubtedly one of Europe's most visited countries, thanks mainly to its affordability, ideal holiday weather, and unique attractions. Located on the west coast of the Iberian Peninsula, Portugal's geography differs from green farmlands and ancient towns to gorgeous vineyards and mountains in the north to the Algarve's sensational beaches in the south. Portugal's history and culture go back to the 16th century, when the country was a major naval empire. There's something to see everywhere you look. Let's explore the best sites to visit in Portugal. Coimbra. Once the capital of Portugal, this picturesque and delightful town is a treasure chest of remarkable gardens, historical places, fado music, and vibrant culture. Located near the Mondego River in Portugal's center, Coimbra is a city of medieval churches and an intricate puzzle of cobbled streets charming. Many people recognize Coimbra to be the most vibrant city in the country. Evora. This beautiful town that lies at the bottom of a mass range carrying the same name is so marvelous that UNESCO has named the whole place a World Heritage Site. Evora is 2,000 years old and overflowing with Moorish courtyards, Renaissance fountains, Gothic towers, medieval squares, and a labyrinthine of small streets. Visit the Praia do Geraldo, one of the main courts where open-air cafes serve delightful beverages to tourists. Don't ignore the Roman baths and the Moorish Yebara. Aveiro. Placed alongside the Ria de Aveiro Lagoon, Aveiro is a happy city whose nickname is the Venice of Portugal because of its charming bridges, high-prow boats, and the lovely network of canals. You can explore the town by Malacero, a traditional ship once used initially for harvesting seaweed, and now transformed for visitors. You'll want to be sure to make time for the São Gonçalves Chapel, the Aveiro Cathedral, the Convento de Jesus, and the many art buildings spread around the town's old center. Porto. Porto is the city that provided Portugal with its name. Although locals will tell you it's most known for its wine known as port, this lively city opens itself over the hills overlooking the Douro River in northern Portugal. The historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site where you'll find the Ribeira, a fantastic pedestrian district with cafes, live music, street vendors, and outstanding cuisine. Take a sunset stroll beside the Douro as the vibrations of music flow from the restaurants and see if you don't want to stay there forever. Named by us as the best city break in Europe for 2024, it's safe to say Porto is one of our absolute faves. And why wouldn't it be? This city is bursting with great food, galleries, museums, and more, and as a bonus, it's super affordable too. Sample some seriously good white port. Our favorite way is via a Porto tonic. White port, tonic water, and a wedge of lemon. Buy enough tinned fish for a year's worth of date nights and people watch at the Douro River. The best part? A new time-out market is set to open this year in Porto, so you can try all our favorite restaurants under one roof. Porto is a classic for a reason. Madeira. Nobody has ever accused Cristiano Ronaldo of hiding his light under a bushel, and the football legend's home turf of Madeira really goes the extra mile in celebrating the success of its most famous son. Even the airport in the regional capital Funchal is named in his honor. More of a Messi fan? You can bypass the Ronaldo Museum, Ronaldo statue, and CR7 Hotel, and just revel in Madeira's breathtaking terrace mountains, sunny subtropical climate, year-round warm waters, and vibrantly hued flowers. An hour's flight from the mainland, this archipelago in the North Atlantic is one of Portugal's 2 autonomous regions. Its volcanic geography makes it a top destination for adventure sports enthusiasts. Its towering peaks host a spectacular Sky Race ultramarathon featuring 34 miles of grueling ascents and daring descents across 4,000 meters in elevation. Lisbon. Portugal's capital and largest city stretch along the banks of the Tagus River. Covering 7 ranges that form an incredible destination vacation, Lisbon is full of Gothic churches, separated neighborhoods, fabulous weather, curved alleyways, and fun shopping. All with traditional fado music following as your soundtrack wherever you go. Portugal's famously sunny capital, Lisbon requires little introduction. Its status as one of Europe's hottest city destinations is richly deserved. But undiscovered treasures still lie among the hipster hubs and Segway-packed streets. You can spend a day spotting street art in the maze of streets that make up historic Alfama, seek out the hidden Chinese restaurants operating from family apartments in the multicultural Martim Moniz neighborhood, and fill up on huge plates at tiny tascas like Merendinho do Arco. And if you've had enough of city life, you're never more than a short bus or train ride away from glorious beaches and wild nature reserves. Hop on a train along the coastline to the popular beach towns of Cascais and Estoril and the adventurous terrain of Sintra Cascais Natural Park. Cross the River Tagus for the white sand, turquoise waters, and pine-covered mountains of Serra da Arabida, or take an hour-long bus ride to Ericeira, Europe's first and only World Surf Reserve for a laid-back vibe and beachy lodgings like You in the Sea and Imerso. If you are a party character, a night of exploring clubs and bars in Bairro Alto is one of the most enjoyable things to do in Lisbon. Lisbon also has become one of the most famous stags do destinations. Albufeira. This former fishing village is now a significant vacation destination among national and international tourists. It's no surprise when you consider the white sand beaches, parasailing, jet skiing, and dolphin watching. 3 famous beaches to consider are Praia da Ura, Praia dos Pescadores, and Praia do Penco. When you need a rest, go inland to visit the attractive villages and high-quality restaurants on offer. Oh, and don't forget the vibrant nightlife. Lamego. The city of Lamego is located in one of the most stunning regions in Portugal. Douro Wine region listed by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 2001. You can appreciate the wonderful Nossa Senhora dos Remedios Sanctuary and risk climbing up the 686 steps of the majestic stairway. If you decide to do this, remember that you'll find lovely statues, churches, and fountains along the way. Lose yourself in the historic center's narrow streets, visit the cathedral, and go to the castle. You can also take the opportunity to explore the Douro and other points of interest in this area. Sagres. Known as one of the most westerly spots of mainland Europe, Sagres is ideal for experiencing some of Portugal's remarkable natural landscapes. Make sure to drop by Fortaleza de Sagres, an incredible fortress extending out into the Pacific that's a little off the beaten path but worth attempting to see. Head over to a Casina, a family-run business that serves up authentic Portuguese cuisine and is the most reliable place to satisfy your tummy before going up the coast. Obados. Centered around its 12th century castle, this is one of Portugal's best preserved ancient towns. Its maze of cobbled lanes connects whitewashed residences with light blue or yellow trim. The city is also famous for its bookshops, its fresh cherry cocktail, and its lagoons white sands that open out into the Atlantic nearby. Alentejo. Stretching south of Lisbon towards the Algarve, the sun-blessed Alentejo region has been quietly carving a reputation for itself as Portugal's most chic beach destination. High-end boutique hotels offer barefoot luxury lodgings in fashion press favorites Comporta and neighboring Malades, and the wines produced here are increasingly well regarded internationally. Exclusive beach hangouts aside, this is one of Portugal's most traditional and least explored destinations. There are plenty of charming towns to visit, from historic villages like the medieval Monserras to slow-paced fishing spots like Vila Nova de Mil Fontes. The pretty fishing town of Porto Covo marks the start of the dramatically beautiful southwest Alentejo and Costa Vicente Natural Park, which sweeps for 60 miles down to the Algarve and is notable for its surf beaches and multi-hued cliff faces. Then there's the region's highly attractive capital, Évora, as notable for its food scene as its Roman temple and hauntingly impressive Chapel of Bones. Algarve. Don't let reports of hordes of labor-squeezing Brits abroad put you off visiting Portugal's sunniest region. Not only does the Algarve have a reliably warm climate and some of the most beautiful beaches in the country, but it's also home to sleepy whitewashed villages, each one seemingly even prettier and more packed with local charm than the last, and all easily reached by a scenic rail journey. Fresh fish, seafood, and yes, that famously spicy piri-piri chicken dominate the dining scene, and visitors would be well advised to give the pub grub a body swerve in favor of the local tascas, where you'll be served a proper feast and a carafe of house wine for a fraction of the price of a fry-up and pint of Guinness. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative